Hello guys. Happy, what day is it? Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. It's Amy with Lulu Bean Designs. I am here with you for the April 2023 Paint Party Live in SVG Clubhouse. So welcome to our painting tutorial for this month. So if you are joining me, please say hello and tell me what's going on. Tell me where you're watching from. I am going to see if I can see your comments here on my computer screen. See if anybody's going to be watching live today. So y'all come on in and say hello. Hey Connie, how are you? Hello to Omaha, from Virginia, from Richmond, Virginia. Okay, well, I think the lighting is actually going to work today. I was kind of worried about that. So I am at the river. This is probably my last painting tutorial at the river. Maybe ever, I don't know. We are moving to our condo tomorrow here in Virginia, here in Richmond. And, oh, hey, Mary. I'm glad you could catch a live with me too. Yay, welcome. Okay, so yeah, I'm just making sure that I'm live in the right place, that I'm actually in the clubhouse. I always worry about that. Okay, so I have a question for y'all because I'm trying to figure out my best setup for lives in my new space. And I need to figure out my overhead cameras and all the things. And I've noticed a change that's happened over the past few months on Facebook when I watch other people live. And that is that a lot of people were doing lives what is this, landscape in landscape mode a couple years ago. And then everybody switched to doing portrait mode, okay, vertical. And then most recently, I've noticed that I see some people going back to the landscape horizontal mode. And I cannot figure out which one works best for everybody, because I think the thing is that if you're watching from a computer, you're gonna want that landscape mode. But if you're watching from your phone, which most people probably more people watch from their phone or their iPad than watch from a computer. I don't know. I honestly wish that I could watch Facebook videos on my TV. There's probably a way to like cast it on the TV or whatever, stream it. I don't know, but I haven't been able to do that. I watch YouTube videos on my TV. But anyway, I was wondering, like, do y'all prefer to go this way or this way? Like, what do y'all prefer? Let me know. Tell me, and I will figure out the best configuration. Okay, so we are going to be painting the Over the Moon word art sign today. I have not painted this one yet. Now, if you're engraving it and you have a Glowforge, it is going to be a long engrave, but you could also score the letters, and I've seen people score them, and they actually look really pretty that way, so you don't have to engrave them. If you're using a bigger laser, of course, you're going to get it done in, a lot less time. Hey, Penny, how are you? Welcome. So it is, like I said, longer if you're going to engrave it. I'm going to make this really easy, though. I am just going to do my cheater method, my baby wipe cheater method on the backer. So let me get all these pieces off of here. I have some really warped boards. Do y'all see that? And let me tell you, this was not like this when I cut it. I cut probably 2 weeks ago, and the top and the bottom one both. This one's really warped too. It looks worse in person than it does here. So I'm going to be clamping those and hoping that they will stay in place. I was like, wow, how did that happen? It's probably because we have had some heating and air conditioning issues here at the river in the upstairs space, and that's where I have my table set up. And so it may be the fact that it's hot up here some days and cold up here some days, so maybe that's what is happening. Sometimes you watch stuff from your phone, today it's your computer. Yeah, I can't decide. I can't decide like what to do, and I want to, do the thing that works best for everybody and that they prefer. I almost went landscape today. This is portrait. I don't know if y'all can tell from every device, but you couldn't see my face. I was literally like chopped off here going horizontally, but if I set it up correctly in a different way, then you would be able to still see me if I was horizontal. And I feel like you could see more of the project sometimes, just depending on like what the project is. So anyway, okay, so we are starting now. These colors may not match what's on your color chart, your supply list for this month. I am using what I have. That's what crafters do, right? We use what we have. And this is the paint that I have here at the river. When I say the river, we're in Tappahannock, Virginia. This house belongs to my in-laws, and they have been kind enough to let us stay here while our condo here is being built. And y'all who follow me know that my husband and I go back and forth between here and Louisiana. The plan, our like sort of soft retirement plan, was to go back and forth every couple of months while our kids were in college and kind of enjoy a little bit of freedom to be able to travel and live in different places while we could run our business from a couple different locations. And then that was working out pretty well. We were just kind of getting settled, and my mom unfortunately had a stroke a couple months ago and has been here in a hospital, and then was moved to a, not really a rehab place, but more of like an acute care. They wean people off of vents and trachs. If anybody has any knowledge of all of that, this has been a learning curve for me, and I'm a nurse. So, but she's actually being moved today to a rehab facility, and this literally just happened as of this morning. And we're super excited about it. We're really hoping that this is going to be a good move for her, and that things are going to start looking up, and she's going to start gaining some mobility now that she'll have a lot more physical therapy on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, so I apologize, y'all who follow me. My goal is to go live 2 times a week. That's 1 time a week a lot of times, and lately I have not gone live in probably like 2 weeks, and I apologize, but it has been an exhausting journey. We have been traveling. We're an hour away from the hospital, so I'm going back and forth 4 days a week, and I'm just trying to stay afloat with all things in life. And it's just been crazy. So I'm hoping that now things will settle down a little bit, and we can get back to like a new normal, as they say, you know. So we'll see. So anyway, just to let y'all know why I have not been live, and I've been kind of off the grid for the past couple months, couple weeks, you know. So let's get to the project, the fun part, right? We are using what we have. Like I said, this is called Iced Coffee by Folk Art, okay? I don't use a lot of folk art paint. It's good paint. I'm a deco art girl. I need a baby wipe. And this is what I have. I don't even know where it came from. I get paint when I'm here in Tappahannock. Tappahannock is a really small town. The only place to get paint here, I think the only place, is Walmart. Ooh, this is gonna be pretty. See, I'm flying by the seat of my pants as usual with like how this is gonna look, and I wasn't sure. And you know what? This might be my new go-to color for using a baby white. This is more of a farmhouse, light, brownish tan. I really like it. I can already tell this is gonna be pretty. And it's gonna be more of like a subtle effect which I think is pretty for a nursery. It's like kind of a muted tone. Just kind of more trendy, you know, instead of that brown, that orangey brown. So I'm just taking a baby wipe and I'm dipping it in my paint and just rubbing it on my backer here. Super simple. It's a quick way to get paint on the surface and just still be able to see and engrave. Now, another way that I do these word art signs, is what I call them, is to use whiteboard. If y'all haven't used whiteboard before, it is fabulous. I actually don't have any whiteboard here in Virginia, but I was thinking about going and grabbing some. I just haven't had time to do that. They sell it at, I get it at Home Depot. I think they do have a version at Lowe's, but there's a lot of chatter out there as to which one people like better. I prefer the one from Home Depot. The one from Lowe's, even with my Thunder Laser, did not really cut very well. It was some thick stuff. I mean, I probably could have cut through it if I'd done a couple passes, but the stuff from Home Depot cut better. So what whiteboard is, it's like a glossy dry erase board on one side, and on the other side it is like a chalkboard kind of thing. Okay, so this was really simple, and I like the effect. I'll hold it up so y'all can see. Do you have a specific baby wipe? Not necessarily. I'll show y'all so y'all can see how you can still see the engrave. These are tell you what I have here, if I can remember where I got these. Baby wipes. Are these my Amazon baby wipes? Oh, goodness. Yeah, these are the Amazon baby wipes. I'll go back after the video and I'll link them. But yeah, these are, I bought a big box of these, gosh, like 2 years ago. And this is like one of the last packs I have, I think. But when I was in Louisiana, I did get some more wipes. And I mean, I've used wipes just from like the dollar store. Like I've grabbed whatever wipes they had. You want ones that don't have a lot of fuzz on them if you can finagle that. And I feel like the Amazon ones are good for not having like a lot of fuzz. So, all right, well, let me move this out of the way. All right, so I think I'm gonna do white on my very warped frame here. And this is just, you can use white chalk paint. White chalk paint actually is a favorite of mine, but I don't think I have any down here. This is Deco Art, my big bottle of Deco Art white that you can get pretty much any craft store. Hobby Lobby has it on sale a lot. And I'm gonna put this on with a sponge stick because I feel like that makes me not get paint on the sides of my project as much. So I'm just using the little sponge sticks. You can get these from Amazon as well. You can probably get these at the craft store and Walmart too. But you can get a giant bag of them on Amazon and they're cheap. So I'll show you guys my my setup when I get my craft room set up in the condo. So what we have is like a 2-story, I'm calling it a condo, but most people call it a townhouse. I don't know why we started calling it a condo. I guess it's really technically a townhouse. It's a 2-story townhouse. It's not one of those big tall ones where it's like multi-levels and you have to climb up and down stairs every day. We just like did not want that, especially with the dog who likes to go outside a lot. We wanted one that we could have a fenced backyard because we have a chocolate lab. So it's a 2-story condo, but it does not have a garage, which we're okay with because we have our shop that is like a big, 4-bay garage, which is like 10 minutes from there. And because it does not have a garage, it has a downstairs master because they have that square footage that they're able to use to do like a different layout. And that's really what we wanted, was we wanted a downstairs master. So we have that, and then upstairs there are 2 bedrooms for my kids, and there's a loft. And the bedrooms, because there's only 2 upstairs, they're actually really nice size, and they have really big closets, which I love, but the loft is kind of like in between, and there's a bathroom up there too. The loft is like the open space in between, and it's perfect for kind of a hangout area for my college age kids when they're home with their friends. I'm gonna put my little baby apartment sofa, I call it, that I had in my old house, in my old craft room. I'm gonna put that up there, and just a small TV, and then I'm gonna do like have all my stuff for my painting and business stuff up there, my craft area. So I'm gonna put that up there. And we were talking last time I went live, not in the group here, but on my just my regular page, about the piece of furniture that I found on Amazon. That if y'all raise your hand if you have a Glowforge, comment if you have a Glowforge, and you are and you had the dilemma of trying to find like the perfect size table for it, because my Thunder Laser it sits on the floor. So the Glowforge, I was like, okay, I need a table for this. I want something sturdy, something not wobbly, not too big, not too small, blah, blah, blah. So my solution for this space, because you have to be very careful when you have a smaller space to furnish without having like, a lot of clutter, a lot of pieces of furniture you're climbing around. I didn't want all that. I wanted it just, super clean. So I found a combination, it's like a little table, it's like a cabinet. It's like a little white cabinet, and the purpose of it is to be a kitty litter box holder. So we talked about this on the last slide. So basically it's like a little hidey space where you can put a litter box and they can climb in there, and from the outside you have no idea that that's what it is. It conceals it, you know, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But it's the perfect size for the Glowforge. So that is my odd configuration in my craft room, is that I have a combination litter box hider / Glowforge table in my craft room. So we'll see how that goes. I have to put it together. It's being delivered, I think it's coming Monday, and it has to be put together. But that's going to be interesting, and I'll show y'all when I do put it together how I do that. Now, what I'm looking for, and y'all who have a Glowforge might be able to help me out, is a thingamabob, I don't know what to call it, like a plastic thing that you can put in the window that has a hole. Basically, I would think it would be something that was meant for one of those air conditioning units, but it's like something you can put in the window that has the hole for the hose to go out of, but that you can like take it out when you don't want it up in there. So my last house I used wood, like I cut a piece of wood with my laser. I cut a hole in it and I had it fit in there and everything, but it was more of a permanent thing, and I don't want it to be permanently in the window. I want to be able to take it in and out when we're not there. So tell me what you use, if anybody has something like this, to put in the window that has the hole for like a vent. Because I know the air conditioning units that you can buy that stand on the floor, they make something like that. So I was gonna go on Amazon and search for that. Okay, the frame is done. This, actually y'all, this is a really quick project. There's not like a ton of things to paint for this, so that's kind of nice. All right, I'm gonna paint my moon this light yellow, and let me think. I might do some white polka dots. I think I'm gonna do some white polka dots on here. This is a nice light yellow. It's a Folk Art Sunny Yellow. And I don't know the comparable Deco Art color for this one. You can look at your supply list though and see on there what the yellow color is that we called for this month. And I'm gonna paint with a sponge stick. I'm just in a sponge stick kind of mood today. I bought the Huggies Simply Clean, and I feel like they leave fuzzies. You know, I want to say that the Huggies ones, I think I might have had those at one time, and I do think they were the ones that had the fuzzies. I don't remember. I did have some that had fuzzies, and I want to say they were like the color that the Huggies packages typically are. But yeah, the Amazon ones are excellent. They don't leave any fuzz. Well, I mean, I won't say no fuzz. Like if you have a little like rough spot on your wood, a rough edge or a rough spot, it is gonna catch the the baby wipe and probably have like a little fuzzy pull thing. Okay, so do y'all see this yellow has excellent coverage? Normally I put white under yellow, I just forgot. And this is one coat of this sunny yellow from Folk Art, and it's really nice coverage. I'm not even sure I'm gonna do a second coat. I'm gonna do some white polka dots on there when it's dry. And then for my stars, I'm gonna do, this is in, oh, I didn't even realize this is indoor-outdoor paint. This is Bahama Blue by Apple Barrel. Wait, yeah, Apple Barrel. So, you know, Walmart has Apple Barrel for cheap. Aren't the Walmart Apple Barrels like 50 cents? They're cheap. We'll see how the coverage is on this though. So this reminds me of the Sea Breeze color by Deco Art. Maybe a little bit darker than Sea Breeze, just a hair. But yeah, I'm gonna do my stars in blue because I want to stick with the yellow and blue kind of color scheme. And y'all know, if you're looking for an easel for this sign, if you as club members, I give you a free easel file that has multiple sizes in it. And if you have not found it yet, go in the Facebook group under the featured tab and scroll down. It's going to be pretty, there's not many things under the featured tab. Like, I think maybe there's like 4 things, maybe 5. Scroll down and you'll see it. And this one would probably be the large easel that I would do for this sign, I think. Alrighty. And then for down here on the bottom where the cloud is with these 2 stars, I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna do this cloud in the blue. And you know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm thinking I'm gonna do white and blue, and I'm gonna kind of blend them, make them like an ombre kind of thing. Can y'all see that? Okay, so I'm gonna do white on the bottom. And then I'm gonna get a brush and get it wet. And then get some white paint on here and a little blue paint, kind of both together, and just sort of blend this together a little bit. Just so it looks like an ombre. Isn't that pretty? And a little bit more blue over here. Yep, just like that. You can blend it to make sure you don't have too much of a line there, as much as you want. All right. And then these stars are going to be yellow. And then also what I'm going to do is before I do the polka dots on my moon, I'm going to, let me get another brush. I want a brush that's like a medium-sized brush. And I'm going to get some white on my brush and maybe a little yellow, and just sort of lighten these up a little bit, just so they're not so harsh. And there's a little bit of white kind of streaked through them. It just softens them up just enough to give them a little texture. I'll show you up close here. And if you get too much white, you can go back and forth with your yellow and your white until you kind of achieve the look that you want. But it just gives it a little bit of like a, it's hard to tell on camera with that yellow. Do you see what I'm saying? There's just like a little, it gives it a little texture. makes it not so harsh. When you do texture and patterns in your painting, it kind of draws the eye away. It's really hard to see that on camera. I'll try to capture it when I do the pictures. But it draws the eye away from like imperfections. I'll do the same on these blue stars here in a minute, but I'm gonna do a little bit on this moon first while I have yellow and white on my brush. But I love trying to add a little bit of texture to painting. It gives it a more of a distressed look. See, you can really see it better on the moon than you can on the other stars. But yeah, it draws the eye away from like anything imperfect on your painting when you add some texture to it. Okay, so then I don't want any yellow in this blue, so let me go get like a little bit of a smaller brush, since these are smaller stars. And a little bit of blue and white paint on my brush. Might need a little bit more blue. Oh, Sandra said she almost missed me. You can always watch in the replay. And I'm just adding a little bit more white, kind of holding my brush horizontally. To kind of blend. I just keep going back and forth, blue and white, until I get what I'm looking for here. Don't want it too light, don't want it too dark. This one you can really see better. Just see that? It's like streaked. I like that look. All right, and then, like I said, we're gonna do some polka dots on our moon with white. So I'm gonna go back to that sponge stick I have with the white. I'm gonna get a lot of the paint off of it so I don't have it globbed on there. And just take it and turn it about, that's too much paint actually. Let me get some of this paint off. That's better. I'm turning it like, probably almost a full turn. And with I can't talk, for polka dots, you want to do them in a triangle configuration. I mean, that's how I prefer to do them, because then they look more like a pattern. So if you do two and then you do the third one where the point of the triangle would be, that tends to kind of help you keep your polka dots looking like they're truly in a pattern. And then go off the edge a little bit with a few of them at least, because that makes it not look weird, like it really truly is a pattern. Don't worry about bubbles, because bubbles just give it a little texture. When it dries, you won't notice them as much. Some people obsess over the bubbles. Don't obsess over your bubbles. It'll be okay. There's my polka dots. All right, so we're actually done with, oh, I just tried to wipe my hand on this paper towel that's covered in paint. Hold on, let me get a baby wipe. Thinking that I was getting the paint off my hands. All right, so we're gonna put this together, and I'm gonna have to use the clamps because of my warped border, my warped frame over here. Sorry, I'm trying to get most of the paint off. Okay, let's get this together. All right, now the way this works is that you want to make sure that there's a couple of pieces of frame that are cut out. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. All right, so this one that's got that like kind of jagged cut, that's on the top. That goes on the top up here. So let's glue that one down first, because the moon is gonna kind of stick in that little cut. Uh-oh, I think the glue might be, no, it shouldn't be. You can see in it. I just haven't used it in a while. This is stick fast. Usually somebody asks what glue I'm using. This is stick fast glue. Don't use a ton of it. You can get it on Amazon. All right, I'm gonna turn this upside down so I can see. Make sure that I'm getting this lined up with the edge. All right, now, like I said, my board's very warped, so bear with me here as I'm going to hold it down. Try to make sure it's in the right spot. And somehow I ended up with only 2 clamps. I don't know where the other clamps went. I lost a lot of things in the move, y'all. My stuff ended up everywhere. I don't know. I tried to be so organized. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so then this one is also warped, but we have to wait for those clamps because I only have 2. So this one, just the regular plain, no cuts on it. That goes on the left. Come on, glue. All right, I'm just gonna hold this one down because it's not warped, but I wanna make sure it's stuck on there good. Once we get our frame in place, then everything else will just be easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I need to figure out who I can give this sign to. I don't know anybody who's having a baby. I do have a niece who had a baby recently. I could probably give this to her. All right, and then the one with the cutout for the cloud goes on the right with the little thing at the bottom, of course. There's really only one way you can put it because it's got to fit in the corner. There. I'll leave my glue on its side. Maybe that'll keep it from being hard to get out. Hold that down. Oh, Penny says her great niece just had a baby girl on Tuesday. Congratulations. My niece had a baby boy a few months ago. I don't know how many months old he is. I can't remember what month he was born. He is a cutie though. All right, let me see if I can take these clamps off yet, if this is gonna be stuck on here good enough. I think we're good. Hopefully that won't pop back up. We'll see. Our last load of wood, we have had to waste quite a bit. I'm not a happy girl about our last load of wood. I sure hope that this next load, look how warped that is. That's awful. Like I said though, it was not that warped when I cut it, or I wouldn't even have used it. Yeah, it was the worst, probably the worst load that we've had thus far. That piece is really, really warped. I'm hoping this doesn't make my entire project look warped. All right, we're gonna clamp that right there. Normally I would put clamps all along that, so I'm gonna stand here and kind of hold, or sit here and kind of hold this in the middle. So I was trying my hardest to come up with lots of words for this word sign. Sometimes I run out of ideas as I get to the bottom, and I'm like, oh, what can I put? What would be baby themed but neutral, you know? But I made it work. And I like the font. I think this font is called Family Farmhouse, if I remember correctly. It's on your supply list. This was a new font for me this month, and I really like it. I think it's perfect for nursery stuff. Okay, so that looks like it's gonna hold pretty good. We're gonna let that kind of do its thing. All right, I'm gonna do my moon. Make sure that it gets into that notch before you lay it all the way down. Make sure it's up in there good. Now, of course, that's going to cover up some of your words, but that's just the way these signs go. So I don't always know when I do the words what I'm going to use on the outside. It's kind of a creative process. I have to kind of do the back first, and then I get to the front. So it does cover up some of the words. So what is everyone doing today? Is it nice where you are? It's really nice where we are. I really want to get outside this afternoon. I have a lot of stuff to do. I have a lot of organizing to do. We have a lot of things being delivered. Our fridge does not come until next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. We still have to get a washer and dryer. I'm gonna hold this down a little bit longer. What else? We have just furniture to assemble because we're trying to do this on the cheap, and I have a lot of furniture that I ordered from Amazon that you put together. So I told my kids, I was like, I need some big, strong teenagers to come and assemble furniture. So yeah, so we have some things to put together. What else? I think the kitchen and the craft room were probably the most fun areas to buy stuff for this move. This is still wanting to pop up. I don't know why. All right, now our cloud. Let me go up here and pop a picture so I can remember where I put everything on this project. Because I don't have a printer. Normally I print a picture and I have it in front of me. I don't have a printer. Y'all, if you have not checked out the tiered tray set for this month that goes with this set, I am in love with it. I think it might be my favorite tiered tray set that I've made. I just think it's precious. not to toot my own horn, but I just really, it honestly, I feel like I should credit, Leanne, who painted these for this month, really, because she brought it to life. A lot of times, I'm not sure how my files are going to look until somebody makes them and paints them, and she really, truly brought it to life and just did such a good job. It turned out so cute. All right, this big star kind of goes down here. You can kind of put these where you want, but I'm just following where I had them on in the picture. And then these yellow stars. And there's so many color possibilities with this set. And that is it, folks. Let me see if my wood is gonna pop up or if it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be okay. So I can hold this up and show y'all. How cute is that? I love it. I felt something move. Hold on. Oh, my moon. My moon is wanting to slide. All right, I'm not gonna hold this all the way up quite yet. It's still wet. But yeah, I just absolutely, I love it. And you can really, when you look at it up close, you're able to see the engraving. It's nice and clear. I cut the tiered tray out and painted a few of the pieces. Need to finish it. Getting ready to go to a craft show for this coming up Saturday with my friend. Oh, fun. Oh, Mary, you're moving to your new shop. That sounds fun. Take some pictures. You guys post pictures in the group. If you make these projects, please post pictures. And if you want to post pictures of your craft space, of a show that you go to, please, please, please. That's what our group is for. So please share what it is that you're doing, why you have a laser, what you make with it. Please feel free to post pictures. I love to see stuff like that. I would love for you guys to share all of that in the group, because I really feel like we have such a nice community of people and everybody's so nice and supportive, and it just, it's a fun space to share all that. So, okay, well that's it, guys. I'm gonna take a picture of this and I'll post it in the group, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will get back with you. I'll share some video footage and some pictures when I'm moving into the new space and setting everything up. So lots of work to do. All right, I will see you guys later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.